All right, so basically a couple of customers of mine wanted to look at a collection I just recently received because I broke my arm. I can't really list on eBay, so I don't even consider selling a collection to someone else, and I just eBay because when I do my thing I usually get a lot of cash. But they do want to see the collection. I don't really have any other way to show them because they're off in different states, and rather than have them waste their time coming up, I want to show them the collection. The collection is vast. It's a very big collection, so I'm going to try to go through all the stuff, maybe do 2 videos. My camera's been freezing up, so this is the last attempt I'm going to try. Again, I'm not an entertainer. Basically, this is just raw data of what I have for a couple of customers, although I'm sure some other people will run across the D&D name and catch it on video. But if I don't sell it to them, you're getting a sneak preview of what's going to come up on eBay. Now, I am going to say that there is a bunch of books, hopefully I can find one quick, with this MK. Almost all the books, are at least 75% of them, have this MK. So without further ado, I'm just going to go right into filtering through these books as fast as I can so my customers can see them. You may want to even take a count because I'm not going to be counting as I go along. But anyway, let's get this going. Like I said, the collection's vast. It's going to take a while. First book, Doom of Odin by Avalanche Press. Pretty good condition. Alchemy and Herbalists. Guilds and Adventurers. The Complete Alchemist. DM's Idea Pipeline. There is a lot of Mongoose, Green Ronin, and Goodman Games in here. You'll see papers and notations that can be pulled out. I just haven't gotten to them, so I want to go slowly, see if there's maps and stuff. But if I do list it on eBay, this is all stuff you're going to see. World's Largest Dungeon. This is a very expensive book. All the maps are here. They're in a folder, so I'm not going to show those, but they are here. Book of Hell. Now, with some of these Mongoose and Green Ronin and the off-brands, a lot of these run 25 to 50 bucks. I was rather impressed, but they are beautiful. Again, Familiars, the Book of Familiars. There is some Pathfinder here. Here's one of the beta playtests. Not super rare, but still really cool, good condition. Pirates. Complete Guide to Liches. This is a module-sized booklet. Goodman Games. This is Monster Encyclopedia. This is one of the 2 different versions that I have. Here's the other one. It's got a very crackle look to it. I don't know if that's the way it was meant to be, but beautiful books. I really enjoy these ones. And I'm going to put these down on the ground. This is going to take a while. I only have one arm, as you might be able to see. I still have that splint on. Ragnarok. Looks like Avalanche. Ships of the Elves. And that is Mongoose. Legions of Hell. Green Ronin. This is Spellbound. Don't know that company. Magi. What's it say? Pact of Magi. Hardcover. Now we get into a good little run of, I believe, Fast Forward Entertainment. Green Ronin, no. All D20. And these are actually some of the nicer books. And they all look pretty much the same. That one is The Devil's Player's Guide. Illusionism by Mongoose. Enchanted Locations. The Complete Monstrous Wizard's Compendium. I'm going to put these aside because those will come up a little later on as well. So hopefully you can't even see what that is. This is Green Races. This is Devilish Devices. Cloud Warriors. Encyclopedia of Exotic Weapons by Fast Forward. Sorry about the glare. You know, I'd do a better job if I wasn't all broken up. What's that? Catacombs. What else do we have here? Deadliest Creatures Tome. We have Crimson Tomes. Yep, that has an initial in it. Once in a while I'll take a quick peek and see if they've got initials, but like I said, 75% of them do. Wondrous Items of Power. And it looks like a little dusty on there. The Complete Monsters Fighters Compendium. And I might say the names wrong. I'm just quickly glancing at them. You'll be able to get the pictures, basically. I'm going to try to at least see they get into focus. Dungeon Worlds, I guess it's called. This one is Secrets of the Enemy Capital. This one, ooh, that's a neat cover. Swords of Evil. Rings of Power. Swords of Power. Again, most of these, you know, little bumping on the edges, but nothing too bad there. I'm gonna get through a couple more before I take a short break. Demons and Devils, the Encyclopedia. The Encyclopedia of Demons and Devils, Volume 2. Praying this video doesn't cut out, and I am gonna stop there and put these books down. I only got one hand, so might take a second. Oop. And we're almost done. Stack 1. Actually, we're about halfway through Stack 1. Legends and Layers, Mastercraft Anthology. Dungeon Craft. A little bit of dust on that. It's on the guy's bookshelf. That'll come nice and clean with just a quick wiping. Checking to see if it's got, yep, the MK. Alright, now we actually get into some D&D books. Trust me, there's a lot, and there's still a lot more of the Mongoose books. Song in Silence, one of those thin books. Defenders of the Faith. I'm not even going to show you the back, it's pretty much the same. These ones, 20, 25 bucks a piece on a good day. Some of them go for a little more. It really depends. With the release of D&D Beyond, I think you're going to see some of these back issues really kick up. I've noticed that Warhammer and some of the other games are taking a little hit on how popular they are at the minute, which usually means D&D will start getting a little more expensive. I know with some of the older books, my sales have been a little better. Fiendish Codex, Tyrants of the Nine Hells. There's a lot of 3.5 books here, 3.0, which seems to be the base of his collection. And I'm going to put those down, grab some more. There's usually not too many duplicates other than some of the players and DMs. One was played, one was a little more for collecting. But this looks like a Book of Exalted Deeds. Stormwreck. See, nice square corners. A beautiful book. Love this one. Draconomicon. Out of all the books I've sold, a different version, I graded at 99%, which is the highest grade I've ever given. And it sold fantastically well, but I was really picky. And this one here, I'm looking at it and I'm saying 96, 97 maybe, but let's see if it's got the MK, so I'd have to, no, you can't see it there, MK. I'd have to downgrade that to probably a 92, somewhere around there. We've got the Tome of Magic. Fantastic book. Heroes of Battle. Monster Manual 5. Ooh, I'm guessing that's a little on the spendy side. Usually the first Monster Manual, not so much, as that's what everybody got, but the later you get, they're worth a little more. Hordes of the Abyss. Now some of these tabs that you see, they are the easily removable tabs. And when they're not, I'll try to let you know, because there are 2 or 3 books that have more permanent tabs. But that's usually with the players in the DMG. Monster Manual, such. Dungeonscape. Come on. Good clean, sharp corners. Come on, focus. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know what they are. Arms and Equipment Guide. Dragon Magic. And I'm going to put some of these down. My table just won't hold the weight. Book of the Nine Swords. Lords of Madness. Beauty. Mind Flayer on the front, one of the best creatures of all time. Although their psionics rules did get a little shitty there for a little while. Heroes of Horror. Deities and Demigods. Manual of the Planes. I like the first version, the old AD&D version more. That big red creature they had on the front was awesome. Alright, we have Elder Evils, if I can read that font correctly. Planner Handbook. Psionic Handbook. Mind Flayer on the front of that too. I really didn't play much 3.5, so I don't know how good the psionics were in that version. But I remember it being a big deal during the Spelljammer days. Slipcase with, come on. Well, anyway, I think you guys know what this is. This is there we go. All three of the 3.5 books in relatively good shape. I'm sure there's some initials on the inside. Magic of the Arcanum. Let's see, what else do we have? Aha! Goodman Games, Dungeon Crawl Classics. There's a bunch of modules. I'll just quickly go through them. This one looks like it's called the Croaking Fame. Colossal Arise. Sea Queen Escapes. Blades Against Death. And Merkel was framed. Beyond the Black Gate. And these Goodmans are really cool. I was pretty impressed with them. Putting out solid stuff for a long time. Not real long, of course, but they do a good job. Jewels of the Carnifex. Emerald Enchanter. The People of the Pit. Sailors of the Scarless Sea. And I believe I see Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. Yep. More Leaves from the Inn of the Last Home. Friends and Familiars from Bastion Press. And Artificer's Handbook, which I haven't read this one, but I'm guessing that's actually pretty cool. Looks like there's a little rip on the top there. Alright, that's pretty much the complete stack one. And yes, there is a lot more. Next we have Lankmar with both the map and the book. Good thick module, that sells really well. Encyclopedia Magica. Well, you can see the gold lettering on the side is not so great. I do have all 4 versions here. These sell really well on eBay. In this condition, I'm thinking 50 to 60 a pop. And you can get it. I've seen a set of 4 going for 500, but you know how eBay is. Sometimes the prices are dead on, sometimes they're not. Let's see, what else do we have here? Pocket Magica, Grimoire Arcane, the pocket version, Pocket Grimoire Divine, and a very beat up, but here, Aurora's Whole Realm catalog. I used to love this book. In this condition, playable. Minorly collectible, but I wouldn't say it's real nice. There are a couple of books here that they're not all that. But that's to be expected with any D&D collection. I think we buy books whenever we can, as we can, yard sales and stuff, and everybody kept their collections in much different shape than the next guy. Mine's a Custalacan. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Old Judges Guild, which surprisingly there's a few Judges Guild things here, and these are old. These are really old. Spies of Light Elf, Frontier Forts of Kelnor. Now, all in relatively good shape. Not a lot of writing, although you will see some pen marks here and there. What's next? Dungeon Master's Options High Level Campaign, 2nd edition. Anytime you can get a nice condition black book for 2nd edition D&D, that's really saying something. You guys probably know that black covers are rarely ever held up well. They just show damage much faster than some of the old ones. Let's see if we got anything on the inside here. Yeah, little staining, not too bad. I don't know if you can see that. Just a small stain up there towards the top in the middle. Pretty okay. For some reasons, these sell quite well, although I've never been a big fan. Dungeon Master's Guide, 2nd edition. 2nd edition Player's Handbook, in really nice shape, actually. What else do we have? We've got Dungeon Master's Guide again. That's a different one. This one is Skills and Powers. Come on, focus, thank you. Combat and Tactics. A little crease on the cover, nothing too major. Monsters Compendium Annual, Volume 4. Nice cover. Volume 3. Volume 2. Now these of course are the annual, looks like the annual updates of some sort. Monsters Compendium Annual, Volume 1. Relatively good shape. That should sell quite well. Monstrous Manual. A little bit of wear, but relatively pretty good shape, especially if you're just playing. Spells and Magic. Great cover.
Monsters of Faerun. Not really expensive on that. I usually get 10 to 20 bucks. The way I sell it, I tend to get higher prices, but I'm not going to give up my secrets here. Well, I might. The Book of Fiends, another fantastic book. Green Ronin once again. Legends and Layers CityWorks. Pretty nice. Let's see if it's got, yep, MK, of course. Like I said, 75% of them will. Some of the off books, or the newer ones, aren't that bad. Now, I'm going to put these books down. What do we have here? Oh yeah, you guys are gonna like this. We'll go for a nice little run of Forgotten Realms books. Shadowdale. I do believe that's where Elminster lives. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've actually played Dragons of Faerun. Mysteries of the Moonsea. Forgotten Realms campaign. Map in there, not intact, but present. Little bit aware. Can expect that. It's a good campaign book. It's been used a few times, I'm sure. Which, Forgotten Realms is my second favorite campaign. World or whatever. Magic of Faerun. Soft cover. Good condition. Wow. Another fan favorite. Underdark. Good book. A little bit of corner white fuzzies, but not too bad. Faiths and Pantheons. Jeez. I'm locking myself in here. Unapproachable East. Champions of Ruin. Little white fuzzies, not too bad. City of Splendors, Waterdeep. I got something even better than Waterdeep coming up. I mean, yeah, we all know Waterdeep was a great city on the, I believe, West Coast. Shining South. Little dusty, could be wiped off. The one that everybody's been asking me for. City of the Spider Queen. Present. Let's see, what else do we have? Player's Guide to Faerun. Silver Marches. Serpent Kingdoms. Races of Faerun. If I'm saying that correctly. I've never been really good at pronouncing any of these. Probably because my friend list wasn't limited and didn't play with a lot of people who know how to read well. Coimere. I have many people that want this, but like I said, I'm trying to get rid of the collection at one time, appease the person I'm selling for because of the broken arm. I can usually list 100 of these a day, but with a broken arm, I can't even hold my camera. But if I don't get a really good price, then yeah, Lords of Darkness. I'm just gonna list them. I'll take my time. Altogether, I think I could get close to 50 grand for everything here, which might sound a little high to some people, but the way I sell them works pretty well. Lost Empires of Faerun, Champions of Valor, almost done stack 2. Ultimate Character Concepts. I believe this is Mongoose. We've got a bunch of these. Pretty cool. Like I said, everything's out of order. It's just the way it's going to be. I'm not going to sort through them. Ultimate Arcane Spellbook. Make another stack here. Ultimate Feats. Ultimate Equipment Guide. Focus, focus. Thank you very much. We have here, Frozen in Time module. Come on. Let's see if this helps. Anyway, it's one cheap one. Hopefully we'll get better quality picture here. Fate's Fell Hand. There we go. Dungeon Crawl Classics, the big book, the DCC. This has always sold quite well for me when I'm selling D&D books at the same time. It's huge. It's got to be a good 500, 400 pages there. Now this one is the one that's better than Waterdeep, if you think that way. Now this is still shrink wrapped, but the shrink wrap is busted. Somebody tried to pick it up with one hand, but you can clearly see that the book has never been opened, and all the maps are in the back still. Another very expensive book. Fantastic one to have. Now, we're going to get into a couple of Deadlands. New Science, Way of the Huckster, average played for the most part. I mean, they're still pretty nice, but you can find a lot. Way of the Gun. We have The Way of the Righteous, Way of the Brave. We have Way of the Huckster. We have 2 of those? We do. Yeah, we very seldomly have a double copy of anything. Base rulebook for Deadlands. I think that's it for Deadlands. We might run across something a little later on, but I think that's it. We have Eberron campaign setting. I'm assuming the map is here. I'll take a quick peek in a second. Initial. Don't see the map, but that doesn't mean it's not here, or if it even came with the map. I thought it did. Most campaign books do. Let's put that down. This one is really cool. Pirates of the Spanish Main RPG. I just sold a master set of the cards. And I mean one of almost every single card ever made for the game. I was told 8,000 was the most you'll get, or the most it had sold for. I potted it out the way I usually do my collections, and I got 20,000. So that's why I'm not too gung-ho to get rid of these books super cheap. Because like I said, my system works pretty well. EverQuest. Everybody's played this at least once. EverQuest role-playing game. Monsters of the North, Norath. Pretty spendy book. Actually, both of these are. Sell quite well. Not a lot of copies out there. Good game. Alright, let's see what we have here. This is one of our better Monsters Compendium for Dark Sun. Beautiful on the inside, like you'd expect. Very expensive for just one of these. They sell quite well. I never really did like the whole 3-ring binder thing. Unless you put the little rings around them, they tend to get messed up. But, you know, Dark Sun, I mean, everybody knows Dark Sun. City Sites. Very highly desirable Dark Sun stuff. Monsters Compendium Appendix. Alright. I don't believe I've ever read that one. And this is... Ooh. Looks like Bruce Springsteen. Ha! Anyway, there is a bunch of little folders in here, and there's 2 boxes of printed up books and campaign notes from their own campaign. The reason why we don't have a lot of modules is because they played their own campaign. And they did pretty good at keeping all the maps and the notes and stuff, as well as some books that they just didn't have that they printed up and put in one-page sleeves. And I'm gonna put this over with those. And really not worth a lot, but I have sold player notes and art and stuff like that before, and they actually sell quite well. So yeah, I'm gonna put that aside. No need for you to see that, really. But if you're into that, or if you're a designer, people that usually buy it, oh, looks like some sort of DM screen for, what's that, 4th edition? Nothing special. A little rickety, but still here. DM screen, pretty well used. I believe that's 4th edition as well. Could be 3.5. Character sheets. Yep, character sheets. Still intact. This guy was smart enough to copy most of the stuff that I use. Classic Playbook of the Sea. Mongoose. Pretty cool. A little more wear around the edges, but then again, it's a black book. Monsters Manual 2, 3.0, 3.5. Tabs, those ones should come off real clean. Alright. The Tyvek, or at least I call them the Tyvek covers for the handbooks. We all know these, they fell apart real quick, especially the first print run. The covers just rip right away from the book, and most of these seem in pretty good shape if you ask me. A lot of notations, but you can just pull that stuff out. The Barbarian handbook, complete Paladin's handbook. And that is, it's official, but I think that's like the 2nd or 3rd printing of those. Psionics, a little well used, still in there. There we go. Book of Artifacts. Little tear up there in the corner. Gnomes and Halflings. Complete Book of Dwarfs. The best in games and books, TSR. I'm sure that'll do quite well. 1995. Most likely that's a catalog. Ah, Birthright. Yep. Love these books. Tome of Magic. Thieves Handbook. Not Falling Out. Fighter's Handbook. Not Falling Out. Priest's Handbook. Not Falling Out. The Wizard's Handbook. Not Falling Out. Complete Elves. Same thing, Not Falling Out. Humanoids. Not Falling Out. Rangers. I always liked the Ranger. Never played one myself, but very versatile. Arms and Equipment. Not Falling Out. Oh, Ships and the Sea. A very cool one to have. Hard to find. Sell pretty well. But you know, most of these are $20 or $30 book easily. I figure the average is closer to 30 to 40 once you consider the high price books, the low price books. Like you saw, we had a couple of Goodman Game modules, but that's just a few. Most of these are good solid books, which I'm going to get 40 or 50 for. Theme Folio, might not get 40 or 50 for that one, even though it's in really good shape. But again, it's the market. When you get to it, if it's hot at the time, you can get substantially more. What I normally do is I list my books pretty high, you know, the higher end spectrum, depending on how many of them are up on eBay at any one time. And I let it fly. I just let it sit there while I'm listing all the rest of the collection. And I'll get best offers quite a bit. And, you know, I'll take what I can get. I'll laugh at them sometimes if they're in the $5 range. Blah blah blah. I've had people yell at me, you know, your prices are way too expensive. And I'm like, that's because you don't know what I'm doing. I list high until I get all the books done. And then I auction everything for a penny. A penny each, no fear in me. The product's good, the price will be good, and when everybody knows that I list everything for a penny, they come back to me again and again. And you know what? We sell some things at a penny. But if it doesn't get more than a penny, then I'm glad somebody got a good deal. Strongholds, Enemies and Allies was the last one. Monster Manual 4 was one of them. I don't believe I said that out loud. Book of Challenges. I remember this one. Quite fond of it. But yeah, I list everything for a penny at some point and let them fly. When people know that there's stuff that they can get for a penny, they really go through and look at everything I have, combined shipping, you know, this is book rate. It does quite well. Now here's one of the Dungeon Master's Guide. I believe I have another copy of this one. It's tabbed up, and these tabs I don't believe remove well. Really well beat up. There's about 5 or 6 books in here that are well used, but you know, somebody can play with that. It's a filler copy if you can't get a hold of one, but basically, yeah, I wouldn't grade that so well. Here's one, same thing. Player's Handbook. This is the one you use to travel with. You know, keep your nice condition nice by using the hell out of another one. Same thing, tabbed up, which, you know, might be actually kind of cool for a new player that doesn't know the book so well. But let's be real, it's not worth a lot. Map Folio 3D. Pretty cool. Map Folio 3D. Still sealed, even cooler. Yeah, I did have a double. Not too many of that going on. Player's Handbook 2. These sell really well. I think there's a 3, I can't remember. Savage Species. Monsters of Faerun. Oh no, wait, Monster Manual. Looks like Monsters of Faerun. Tabbed. I believe those are a little more clear there. Those are the easily removed tabs. A little worn, but not so bad considering like the other two. Destroyed. There we go. Player's Handbook. Let's see. I remembered. It's the one with the CD, and the CD is there. Oh. And, can you see that? No initial. Mercenaries. AEG. I believe that's a D20 book. Not 100, yeah, right there. Okay, now, for a little bit, we're not going to have books, we're going to have tiles, but I count them as books because approximately the same price range. Some of these ones, the black covered ones, are a little cheaper, but we got some of the older versions as well. So that was Arcane Corridors, Hidden Crypts, and these are sealed. Here's one that's sealed, starting to come apart a little down at the bottom. Bones of the Wild, still sealed. D5T Caverns, not sealed, still complete. Dire Tombs, sealed. Shadowgas Manor. I believe these are fourth edition. Those are the ones that sell a little better. Urban Underdark, sealed. The Cathedral of Chaos, sealed with the shrink wrap. Not so bomb, but it's there, it's complete. Sealed, The Witching Fens. I've sold, I don't know how many copies of this throughout time. And it usually manages to get 20 to 25. Harrowing Halls, I used to get 65 for these. Today, 44 to 45. Like I said, with D&D Beyond, I think you're going to see a big increase in some of the prices on these within the next two years or so. Desert of Athos, another good selling one. Shattered Keeps. Thin Sucker. It's a map pack. I haven't looked that up. I'm sure that'll sell quite well. Now, 4th edition, you know, some people, mostly old school D&D players, not a big fan of 4th edition. But everything's got its place, if you ask me. If you're trying to convert a Warhammer guy over to D&D, start him off with 4th. the moving of the miniatures is just something that they can relate to, and it's a much easier time, kind of good way to ease them in. Caverns of Carnage. We have Arcane Towers. Again, both of these are sealed. Sinister Woods. This is actually a pretty good selling one. 35. I'd probably put $39.99, possibly a little more on that. And no, just because I put it and then I put best offer on there, they get bought out a lot of times. Guy doesn't want to wait for an answer. They just buy it. If you got it listed, it's available. Just the way it works. Toolbox. AEG. Looks like the tabs that come off. Yeah, I'm not going to touch it. My hands are getting gross. But if not, I'm pretty sure those are the ones that pull off. But if not, it's not the end of the world. Undead. AEG. Good clean book. Monsters. AEG. Again, nice book. Dragons. Haven't looked that one up, but I'm sure that'll sell for a little bit more. Alright. AEG Gods. AEG Evil. AEG War. AEG Magic. Secrets. Cool cover. Wilds. We've got Guilds. Dungeons. Relics. And let's see, what else do we have here? Put that aside. These are going to come up a little later on. And yes, I'm kind of saving some of the better stuff till last. Oh well, you'll have to deal with it. Maybe I can get you guys to watch it all the way through and crank up on those YouTube minutes. But I'm not really a YouTuber. Priest Compendium 1, Priest Compendium 2, Spell Compendium 3, Noble Knights by Avalanche, Wizard Spell Compendium 1, Wizard Spell Compendium 2. A little better. Needs a quick wipe down, but yeah. Spell Compendium 3. Spell Compendium 4. I believe that's the full set of those. And back to the floor with some of these. I think we're halfway through. Oh, be careful with the world's largest city. Alright. Hopefully those books won't topple over. Okay, we got Familiars Mongoose. Crouching Monkey, Hidden Toad. Alright. Magic Item Compendium. Pretty good condition. A little wear around the edges. Probably used a lot. Dragon Monster Ecologies. I thought about keeping this one for myself, but I'd love to read it. I just don't know if I can. Citadel of Fire, Goodman Games. Good copy of that. Some good ones here. Expedition Under Mountains. Sells very well for me. Drow of the Underdark, again. Another one that's always sold fantastic for me. Map Folio, not sealed, but another good seller. Stack that up. Alright. Which box to do next? Alright. Renegade Wizard Spellbook. Mongoose, I believe. Now there is a bunch of books here. I'm going to just quickly go through them. I'm pretty sure they're all box set books, so replacement if you need to fill up a box set. Forgotten Realms Spellbound. Myth Drannor Adventures. A little wear down there in the corner as you can see, but not too bad. Real thin. Lords of Darkness. I'm sure you all know this one if you've been playing a while. Very well liked. Semi-easy to find. Temple of Blood, another free game day, I do believe. For Wicked? I don't know what that one is. Black Arrow Run. Yeah. Never been a big fan of the different fonts. Dungeon Battle Brooklyn. Alright. Goodman Games. The Sinister Secret of... guess again, it's Whitlock. It's not Saltmarsh. Goodman Games. Looks official hex map. Unwritten on. Not quite sure what this one's from. It's got the old Judges Guild kind of colors. So you guys will have to tell me what that is a replacement for or where it came from. Forgotten Realms. Box set. Book. You guys have seen that before, I'm sure. There's another really cool one. The Tome of Drow War. And is this a Necromancer? Nope, it's a MGP. Mongoose. Heroes of Fantasy by Mongoose. The Red Dragon Inn. Guide to Items and Taverns. Inns and Taverns. I don't really see... That's a Pathfinder. No initial. The Renegade Cleric's Tome. There we go. Hardcover. Nice. Epic Monsters. Mongoose. And I will put these down. And it looks like we're a little more than halfway through just the books. And here's where it starts getting a little better for the most part. Faiths and Avatars. Pretty clean looking book. Demi-Human Deities. Don't know this one myself. Powers and Pantheons. Pretty decent condition. The Seven Sisters. A little bit of wear. Elves of Evermet. A little bit to a lot of bit of wear. I'd probably grade that somewhere in 70%. Drow. We all know this one. Easy Sale. Campaign Guide to Myth Draenor. Box set book. But these replacements, I mean, you look at the price of some of these box sets for second edition, which, by the way, second edition box sets were far better than any other edition I've seen. Second edition, beat up, complete, very well beat up. That's his player copy. I do believe we already went through the other one, the good condition one. Next. Oh yeah. Lots more box set books. Fantasy Wargaming. Classic. I don't know too many people that played it, but I loved the read on that. Very good condition. Forgotten Realms box set. The second book that goes along with that Forgotten Realms box set, also in pretty darn good condition. Ruins of the Undermountain. Map. Not quite sure which one that's from, but there are a bunch of other maps around here, and they're mixed in with the with the campaign stuff. So if box set is here, chances are I've got everything for it except the box, but that's not a definite thing, and I might get to that later. Forgotten Realms Atlas, those do pretty well for me. The City of Raven's Bluff, good book. Pool of Radiance. If you guys remember the really old computer version of this, super hard. I super sucked at it, one of the two. But classic, very classic. Zental Keep maps. So one of those other maps might be Zental Keep, but I don't think so. It kind of looks like a Shadowdale map. But yeah, there's a couple of maps in there. The Zental Keep little book. Alright, let me get rid of these. And we're getting down there. Zental Keep. Pretty well worn, but Shadowdale. It's also a box set book. I believe that's a box set book. Good replacements if you absolutely need it. Heroes Lore Book, 9525. I didn't look that one up. 1000 Faces, Villains and Scoundrels. And can't see the maker on that. Lethal Legacies. Come on. Forgotten Realms, the Magister. Module. What else? Old beat up Traveler map. Of course, that's not going to want to focus in. But yeah, it's a 4-panel map. Nothing too special there. I don't think there's many Traveler things at all, so that's just kind of a little bonus. Now, Wilderlands High Fantasy box set. This thing sells for quite a bit. And when I look inside, it's a slipcase box. There's the maps. They believe it came with a rule book. I don't really know this product that well, but I do have the rule book, and I'll show you that here in a second. but the box is in relatively good condition. So, here is the worst copy of that exact same rule book, and I believe this is the one that goes in it. It's got tabs. Those are the easy to pull off tabs though. You can see a little bit of rounding edges and whatnot. Why all of a sudden am I not focusing? Let's see. Oh yeah, focuses out that far. But anyway, hopefully the next book, which looks exactly like it, will focus. I've been having a hard time with the camera tonight. It's been shutting off, and this is actually the longest run I've been able to do of video. The first couple attempts failed. I got kind of frustrated, so I kicked the quality down just to see if that would help. And so far it's been doing good. But I've made it far enough to where it could be 2 videos. Again, really expensive book. It's got the tabs. Tabs should pull off. 2 of the old DM screens. Nothing too special. These are fairly well beat, but they're usually I'll get $20-25 a piece in this condition on a good day. But again, it's the way I sell them. Here is one of the bad boys. City State of the Invincible Overlord. Very expensive book in great condition. The tabs should pull off. Little notation crap like this can just be pulled right out. But in very good condition. The map is in there, not intact but present, and no initial in that one. So, woohoo! These sell extremely well. I get $150 to $200 on those. Sometimes you gotta wait for the sale, but it happens. Oh, Fiend Folio. First edition AD&D, which is my favorite edition. Monster manual, kind of junky on the front, but I'm pretty sure I could clean most of that up, get it to look a lot better. It is what it is. Can't all be winners. Right. So we have 4 Dungeon magazines, brand new in the bag. Usually I would never even mention these, but as many of you might already know, this is all 4 pieces to the Greyhawk map. The massive, oversized Greyhawk map. Still sealed. That's about $100 bill or $25 a piece for the 4. Yeah, I was really stoked. I looked at it, I was like, Dungeon. Yeah. I'm like, okay, they don't sell that well. These 4 do. Dragon Hordes. Kind of cool. Don't know anything about that particular one. Alright, now we get into the good stuff, kind of. Okay. Deities and Demigods. Little Wizard. 144 pages. I believe it's this particular version. Yes. It does thank Chaosium at the bottom of page 4. There is a initials in it. Special thanks to Chaosium. Second printing. So, yeah, this is one of the nice ones. And for your pleasure, again, same thing. Little Wizard. Thanks Chaosium again on page 4. I do believe second printing. Although I will admit there's a little bit of a color difference between the 2 of them on the binding edge. I just went to the best source I have, and from what I know, that's second printing. Usually in the $400 range, possibly a little less. They're in pretty nice shape considering. Quintessential Fighter. You'll come across a couple of the quintessential books in here. Mongoose. And then we have a 128-page version of Deities and Demigods. Wizard logo on the side, not the wizard. Still get 75 to 100 on that. Alright. More. Greyhawk Adventures. Greyhawk is my favorite realm. This isn't the particular version I enjoy the most, but Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, the Easily covers, Easily is just fantastic. And they're all matching. If I was to collect any particular version, this would be the one that I'd go with. Most solid books, the ones I actually grew up with. Matter of fact, the very first day I ever bought a Dungeons and Dragons book was the Easily covers. I went to the local Walden Books, I believe it was, and bought out just about every book that they had, at least one of. I didn't buy any more than that, and I was hooked. Dungeoneer Survival, Monster Manual, pretty, not perfect. Pretty damn nice now, actually. It's kind of one worth keeping. Unearthed Arcana. One of the most favorite books of its time, at least amongst my friends. Oriental Adventures. Pretty nice, a little wear around the corners, like you'd expect. My favorite monster manual of all of them. Don't know why. And the better folk, I'm gonna sit here and wait till this fucker says in. Maybe I won't. I think it has something to do with how many books are in the background. But yeah, you all know the book. She's in pretty nice condition. Let's see if I can get rid of these and have it work. Yeah, see? No. Monster Manual 2. The very first book I picked off the shelf that day when I went into Walden Books, this was sitting there. And just caught my eye. I was hooked on that one immediately. Quite nice. Alright, still some more. We have you know what? I'm just gonna leave them over here. Castle Sites. There we go. Dungeon Builder's Guidebook. Pretty nice condition. Nothing fantastic. Palladium. The good old rips, Weapons and Assassins. These sell for about $25 on a good day. Possibly a little more, but I think 25 is actually pressing it. Beat up. Pretty well beat up. Tabs that are not removable as far as I can tell. I haven't given it a real good look. Playable, collectible, minorly collectible at this stage. But this is it. This is what I call the #1 Dungeons and Dragons product ever made, in my mind, at least. I can't tell you how much hours I've spent listening to Black Sabbath and reading this. If I have the two of them, I'm having a damn good day. Player's Handbook, relatively decent. Wizard on the side, again, a couple of little tabs in there, but she's sitting there. Alright. Another Player's Handbook, Wizard on the side. Pretty well beat up, still intact, collectible, playable. Later printings, but not the latest. Gen Con 9. I don't know if you can see that. Judges Guild. Island Book 1. Judges Guild. Pretty good shape. Treasures and Maps. Judges Guild. I think you've all seen this one before. If you're an old school player, you know it. Treasures and Map 2. Fairly decent shape. Staples are not even rusted on that particular one. Book of Layers 2. 9198. I remember this one quite well. Another DMG. Large Wizard on the side, I believe. Your old DMG. Another copy of that. Now, we're getting down to the last of the books. Sort of. Tomes and Artifacts. Tome of Artifacts. Nice book. This one should sell quite well. Palladium. The Compendium of Weapons, Armors, and Castles in pretty good shape. You know, I actually read a lot of the Palladium books. I thought it was pretty cool. Rips was an okay system. Enjoyed it. Creature Collection. I'm sure you've all seen this one. I've sold quite a few in this time, of these in my time. Let's see. More books. Beyond Monks, The Art of the Fight. Goodman Games. The Book of Unusual Treasures. Decent condition. The Book of Immortals. These ones are nice. Again, I told you about the other ones with the, I thought was a crackle cover. I'm not quite sure if they are, but looks like there's some thin plastic on it. Anyway, it crackled cool. I love them. This is one of the third books that come with it. Dragon Magazine. Nothing big. Does have Drow. Number 214. Magic Encyclopedia, Volume 2. Good condition considering. Eberron, Shirin City of Towers. Bonus. Eberron soundtrack CD enclosed. We'll see about that. Huh? Yes. And well, at least the MK is kind of hidden on that one because of the black color of the black leaf. Alright, more. Oh, Jesus, we still have a couple left. Noble Steeds. I imagine that goes with the Noble Knights. Avalanche. Crucible. These ones, 15 bucks. Nothing too special there. But you know, there's not many low price books here, so the higher price ones, really pull up the average quite a bit. But I've actually sold a bunch of these miniatures over the course of time, and the miniatures sell quite well. So I'm wondering if this isn't that bad. I've never read the rule book. The worst, Grimtooth's Traps. I remember the old Grimtooth books from way back in the day. Haven't read this one, but I can imagine it's basically just a compilation of the old stuff. I could be wrong. Dead Man's Chest. Decent book. I kind of like the pirates type theme stuff, although I got to admit, Seven Seas, if you're gonna play pirates type stuff, Seven Seas is where it's at. Great branding and theming on that stuff. And they got a card game to go along with it. This is Weapons of Legacy 3.0, 3.5. What else do we have? I'm finally getting down to the last little beats. Player's Adventure Series, By the Sword, Dueling in Realms of Fantasy. Alright. Kind of thin. Kind of cool. Immortal Handbook, Epic Bestiary. Bestiary. Yeah. Volume 1. Now this one has got me wondering, because I can't find it anywhere. The Treasury of Archaic Names. This particular version could possibly be in pretty low print run. When I saw it was Judges Guild, and as late as it was, I was kind of intrigued, but I couldn't find much on this one. Cool nonetheless. Magic Item Creation. Another D20 book. And yet another DM screen. That's got to be the 5th or 6th one so far used, which is kind of cool. At least I know my player played. The guy I'm selling this for was a true player, and I always like that. This here is the City-State of the World Emperor, and it looks like the box contents without the box. Yeah, just tons of maps and source books it looks like, but yeah, mostly the City-State of the World Emperor shops, half decent condition, little maps, guidebook map 6, DM map originals 1 through 18. Yeah, a good thick little bag full of stuff. Like I said, my hands are getting pretty dirty, so I'm not trying to touch anything that I might get filthy. But that's got to be worth a lot. I don't actually know for sure though. Strongholds, 2nd edition. It's one of those thin boxes. I don't believe it's a slipcase. Might be. Yeah. This one looks a little used. Looks like some of the cutouts and prop-ups, all the maps. Not 100% sure if this is complete off the bat, but pretty close. Ultimate Equipment Guide Volume 2. Ultimate Game Designer's Companion. Ultimate NPCs. I gotta start putting these off to the side. I am running out of the room. Ultimate Prestige Classes Volume 1. Come on. Again, in pretty good shape, a little bit of wear. I think a lot of it was because he didn't pack them so well in the shipping. Encyclopedia of Prestige Classes, and that is Fast Forward Entertainment, I believe. Ultimate Prestige Classes Volume 2. Did I say that? No, that was Volume 1.1. Ultimate Divine Spellbook. The Tome of Horrors 3, I think. The Tome of Horrors 2. Of course, those always sell well. Horror, Necromancer, Dead, whatever. You know how well they sell. The worse the name is, the better off they sell usually. Stone to Steel. Really cool. Don't know how well it sells. I haven't actually looked this up. I do remember it quite well though. Creature Collection 2. Sword and Sorcery. Sold a hell of a lot of these in my day as well. Those Sword and Sorceries have always done pretty well. I wouldn't say they kill it. Tomb of Horrors. A little thicker than the rest of it. A little bit of wear. Feels like it's pulling away from the binder a bit. Not in trouble of falling out, but definitely a little on the loose side. And that's Necromancer. Let's see, what else do we have? One more here. This one is Goods and Gear Player Advantage Series. Don't know this one. Half decent shape, I'd say average used. But still pretty cool nonetheless. Alright. How many other books do we have? I know I'm running shy. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Quite a bit of books. I'm probably on my last 25, maybe 50 bucks. But some of the good ones still coming up. Demon Web Pits. Real nice seller. 40 or 50 on those. Normally speaking. Cityscape. Exemplars of Evil. Complete Mage. Complete Champion. Okay. What's next? Told you there was a lot of 3.5, 3.0 stuff. Complete Scoundrel. Again, you can see not a lot of wear. In pretty good shape. Complete Divine. Nope. I don't think I've seen that one before. Or at least I don't remember it. Complete Adventurer. Complete Arcane.
Complete Warrior. Races of the Dragon. Pretty squared up. Races of Destiny. I think I got too many things in the background again. Races of Stone. Races of the Wild. And if I put any more books on my bed, I'm going to break it. Unearthed Arcana. Little bit of it. No, actually, that's really nice. I'm picky though. I know most of my customers are picky, so I try to be. Liberis Mortis. Beautiful cover. Let's see if I can get that in. There we go. Yeah. Gotta hand it to some of the D&D art. Pretty good stuff. Alright, what do we have here? Book of Vile Darkness. I think I already pulled one of those out. I could be wrong. There might be a double. Dungeon Master's Guide 2. Good condition. Oriental Adventures. Pretty nice condition. Sandstorm. Again, almost like new. Those are pretty nice, although I'm sure they still have initials in them. Let's see. Sandstorm, initial, yep. And this should be the last of the 3.5 edition Epic Level Handbook. How close am I to the end? Aha! I can't believe I'm gonna have to put all this away. The quintessential Rogue. And these are all in really nice condition. I'm gonna check real quick. MK, yeah. The quintessential Cleric. Quintessential Wizard. The quintessential Elf. Why is that? I'm retarded. Quintessential Elf. Quintessential Dwarf. The quintessential Monk. The quintessential Witch. And I'm sick of saying quintessential Psychic Warrior. Druid. Samurai. Another room. Paladin. Scion. Notice the gold on these is actually pretty nice. Gold, yellow, whatever that is. Rogue 2.
And I haven't looked any of these up. Usually I get 20 bucks a pop. I haven't looked lately, but Mongoose is really doing a good job. And the two, like Wizard 2, I would imagine these sell for a little more. They probably had a smaller print run. But I have yet to look them up, so I don't know. And it's not what eBay says, it's what you can get for it. Like I said, if I keep listing all these at a penny and they know that it's only $1.25 more to ship it with their other stuff, makes it worth it to go ahead and buy it at one time rather than go ahead and getting it from someone else. So Dwarf 2, Monk 2, Elf 2. Let's see what else. We are very, very near the end. I think this is the last stack. All right. Sorcerer. Drow. Ranger. Halfling. Half-orc. Human. Quintessential. I don't know. Some kind of warning label on that. Chaos Mage. That's actually kind of intriguing. I'm going to have to look that one up. Druid 2. Paladin 2. Quintessential Barbarian 2. Ranger 2. Bard 2. Fighter 2. Bard. And Gnome. No. But yeah, I do believe that is all the Dungeons and Dragons / role-playing books. Let me take a quick peek here. Nothing here. Like I said, there's 2 boxes of printouts and copies of books. Some of them are in 3-ring binders with the one 3-ring page. And they filled the pages up. Some of them are just plain printouts. Not in there, not in there. I did that one. Here is, just to get it on camera real quick, World's Largest Dungeon. This is the maps. I said they were there. And they are. More printout stuff. I believe that's all printout stuff. And there are maps in the printed out stuff. I just haven't really gotten a fantastic look. Oh yeah. This. Oh boy. Okay, so an unused copy of the Pilot Certificate Walt Disney. This is the 2-tone one, 2-color, fake signed by Walt Disney, of course, but you usually don't see these blank, and they're super rare anyway. Date on these is somewhere between 1957 and 1963, I believe, with the 2-color version. Has nothing to really do with D&D, but it was in one of the books and they are worth some money. So I figured I'd do that. Player record sheets. Nothing special there. And this particular box has magazines and such. So I might be wrong about the D&D products being all done. Silver Dawn, what's this? Treasure Vault. So Silver Dawn, Treasure Vault, these all look kind of official. City in Peril. And these are kind of incomplete slash complete. I don't know. Just a lot of papers and magazines and the such. More Silver Dawn stuff. Looks like some maps from Dragon magazines. Hall of Bellador. Some old Judges Guild. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's probably still worth something, but not much. Fantasy Winterlands Beyond, Judges Guild. Winterlands of the Magic Realm, pretty beat up, but still here. Winterlands of the Fantastic Reaches. Cover feels like it's off, but here. Ah! I know this one. Full Force of Doom. City State of the World Emperor, Judges Guild, cover off. Just random pages. Arkahar's Wand. Looks like a map of some sort. Pretty stained and old, but there. Some. Ooh. Dungeons and Dragons character sheets that are really thin. Look at that. I have not seen anything like that before. You know, loose leaf, kind of the last one's beat up. Merlin's Puzzle Pastime. Yeah, that's in relatively good condition, huh? Feels like some kind of tiles or tokens in this one. King of the Tabletop. Citadel by the Sea. Whiteout Top Secret Game Adventures. Now these could be copies. They don't really look like it, but this feels like it's got some kind of paper tokens in it. Planet Busters. Oh! Traveler. Supplement 7. Supplement 9. Old character sheets. Feels like it's missing the character sheets. There's a couple. Cleric, Fighter. Magic User. Illusionist. I don't see a rogue one. But that's kind of old. A little on the beat up side. Dungeon Master's Adventure Log. Yeah. Well, like I said, they can't all be winners, and that might look okay on the inside. Dragon 83. Dragon 78. Dragon 80. Dragon 67. Ooh. Relatively decent. Dragon 88. Relatively decent in a bag. Dragon 85. Relatively decent in a bag. 89. So yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in that stack. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's still a lot more of those. I'm not quite sure what to think. Let's go. And this is, I do like this about D&D players. They kind of collected everything, so some of this random stuff, yeah, might be good giveaways. And you might be able to sell it. Dragon 90. Dragon 78, not so beautiful, but not bad. Dragon 82, little worn. Player character sheet of some sort. Dragon 77, that's actually a pretty cool cover if you ask me. See if we can get you a better look at that. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Whoa. Okay. Check this out. Dark Tower Judges Guild. Pretty well worn. Complete, it looks like. Yeah. I'm very interested in what that one is. Player character record sheets. Again, probably same thing. Some used. Looks like most of these are actually used. Ooh, yeah. That's like catching a book in the dungeon. Pretty well beat up. Oh, oh. No maps. We don't show those till later. Dragon 217. Best of Dragon. Volumes 1 and 2. I'm sure you guys know that one. It's Against the Thief. Thieves Guild 4. Thieves Guild 5. Wait, was that 4 or 6? 4. Thieves Guild 5. Judges Guild Reference Screen Traveler. Oh yeah. I'm sure that's got to be worth something. Looks old as hell. Modules. Silver Dawn. Twofold Talisman. ISCV. Leander. Traveler Supplement. Traveler Map of some sort. Yeah, when he tossed these in here, he really tossed them in, but, you know, still cool to get them. I know my players would look through them like crazy for missing pages and the like. Alright, what do we have here? Dragon 87. Dragon 84. Dragon 193, Dungeon 48. None of these are in fantastic condition. There's Trouble of Trador. I remember this one. This came with one of the box sets, I do believe. Can't remember. The Garden of Nepharim. That actually looks pretty cool. Don't quite know what that is. Skarda's Mirror. White Plume Mountain. I think everybody in the world has that one. The Book of Wondrous Inventions. I very rarely see that in any condition. Not beautiful. Not bad, but yeah, I don't see that one much at all. Magic Encyclopedia. Oh, my bed's gonna collapse. My bed's gonna collapse. Yeah. There's some character sheets, some more printout stuff. It looks like. Now, where these are from, I don't know. The Book of Plots. The Book of Plots. So just random papers there, but they might be from a certain convention. I don't know until I look them up, and unless I'm going to sell them, I'm probably not going to look them up. Thieves Guild 2. Thieves Guild 3. Again, you can just see tons and tons of papers. Official, unofficial, used, not used. printouts, lots of character sheets it looks like. So that is it for books. There is a City of Brass box set that is unopened in the shrink wrap, sells for about $150. I already listed it on eBay, but if I sell the collection, I'll pull that off. There's some other box sets, but I will show those in the second video. I'm gonna stop here just because my camera's been screwing up all night, with the exception of one last little stack here. Oh. So, Cyberpunk, Land of the Free. Very hard to find box set. Perfect condition it looks like on the inside. Looks like he bought it, read it, stored it away. Cyberpunk rulebook. Pretty good shape. Maximum Metal. Pretty good shape. Wildside. Chrome. Chromebook 2. Chromebook 4. Character sheets. Unused. Rough Guide to the UK. Live and Direct. Eurosource Plus. Eurosource. Home of the Brave, which comes doesn't come with, but is should be near the box set, as they are. As you can see, I'll try to get a good picture there. Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. Nah. So, last item I will show. Get to it. At least I think this is the last item. There might be another book in here somewhere. There's so many boxes to look through. It's kind of ridiculous. Ravenloft, Mask of the Red Death. Sealed, sort of. You can see it's coming apart, but it's kept the box clean. It hasn't been opened up, you can tell. Almost no smushing. You can feel a little bit of top caving, but not bad, not bad. Again, expensive, very expensive for a good condition one. This is once I take that plastic off, which I won't, but you're looking at 150 to 250 pretty easily on that. It's Ravenloft. Everybody loves it. I'm not a big fan except for the original Ravenloft module. I really enjoyed that, but I'm not a vampire person. So, anyway, that's going to be it for just the books, as far as I know. Miniatures are heavy. We're pretty heavy on miniatures. It's going to take a little more time to go through. But for the basics, you're looking at probably 200 to 300 Reaper miniatures in metal. Very little plastic out of anything. But here's the problem. The old metal miniatures weighed enough, and when the plastic, or when they get old, if they've been stored in too dry of a place, the plastic pulls away. So I have 3 boxes
12 by 12 by 12. Absolutely chock full of just Reaper miniatures. All metal, all the same line pretty much, but the card and the plastic bubble kind of rose to the top and the miniatures went to the bottom. Now if I take my time, I know what they are. I can put them back together, tape them out. That's not a big deal. But there's at least 300 of those, and 2 to 300. It's hard to say. And there's a lot more miniatures on top of that. That's just to start. But at least it's not bones. There are some bones, but just a couple. Hand painted. There's a couple, not many, of the plastic Dungeons and Dragons official miniatures. The one you're gonna like the most on those is the Gargantuan Black Dragon. He's in relatively good shape. Loose, but I do have the card and the booklet that goes along with it. But yeah, that's it for this. I'm gonna try to get this video up, clean this place up, and then I'll do probably tomorrow all the miniatures if requested. But to give you a basic idea, there's the Reaper ones, like I said. There's some Clan Wars still brand new in the box. There's a couple of Vor, or at least one Vor. A lot of dragons. I notice he has quite a bit of dragons. And then there is flats upon flats of miniatures in Games Workshop, 36 count little things, just jam full. I noticed that some of the layers had 2 miniatures jammed in one little space with the feet facing each other, you know, for like goblins that are real small, and just row after row after layer of miniatures. And then I picked up another bag. It's got to be a 25 pound bag of just miniatures tossed into a bag, and just tons of them in that as well. But we'll try to go over that tomorrow. There's the Dungeons and Dragons tube maps. Probably have 20 of those. The Pathfinder sealed maps like this. There's got to be 50, 60, possibly even more. And we'll get to those as well, so you'll probably see this one again. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to end the video here and try to upload it if I can. Thanks.